Hello, everybody. This is Joseph P. Farrell. It is actually Thursday, June 2nd. We're in June already. Can you believe that? June 2nd, 2011. I got the year right again. And I have some news and views from the Nefarium a little early this weekend because I thought it was worth mentioning a little early. And I want to comment on a story. And I actually might be commenting on another story in the members only area on a video. I'm going to see if I can set that up. So if I can, look for a video in the members only area. But anyway, the first bit of news I have to share is that Grid of the Gods is at the publisher. And in fact, I've had a couple of you already say that you've got your books from Adventures Unlimited faster than I have. So I don't even have my copies yet. But anyway, it's out there. It should be percolating through to Amazon in about, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks. You can order it off my website, but it is out there finally. I'm still as upset as I can be at that particular publisher for calling me once again a physicist, which I'm not, and calling my co-author a physicist, which he's not. So bear that in mind, everybody. That wasn't us. That was the publisher. Anyway, I found a very interesting comment, and I had to comment on this comment. This was somebody that sent this in to the website in response to an article that I posted about Russia and Africa. And the comment reads as follows. A U.S. missile finger at the Russian bear. After the G8 summit in Deauville, France, where both American President Obama and French President Sarkozy proposed to, quote, control the internet, unquote, Google CEO Eric Schmidt was enraged. Susan Pointer, Google Europe's director of public relations, further slammed Obama's and Sarkozy's plan to control the internet by stating, quote, access to information is not just a point of view of Google, but a genuine human right, unquote. Russia, once ruled over by communist tyranny, and Germany, once ruled over by Nazi despots, have both rejected the U.S.-French call to control the internet by having learned their lesson and vowing not to restrict it in any way whatsoever. And Germany has said Nein zu Atomkraft, or in other words, no to nuclear energy, and is getting gas from Russia. President Barack Obama's last stop on his European tour brings him to Poland for the first time. He will not meet the Polish people. It's significant that the president is coming here not as part of a Central or Eastern European swing, a senior official in the Obama administration told the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. He's coming here after visiting major European capitals and taking part in a major G8 meeting, and he very much sees our relationship with Poland in that context as one of the most influential members of the EU and most active members of Nato, unquote. Now, I find this very interesting for several reasons, and part of what I just read to you is going to be the basis of my commentary, brief video commentary, which, again, I hope can get to work in the members only area. But what I find interesting here is, number one, exactly as the comment said, the United States and France are eagerly trying to set limitations and to regulate the internet. In other words, to shut people like you and me up. All right? That's really what it's all about, in my opinion. That's what it's all about. In other words, the elite in these areas in the West, the Western elite, the Anglo-American corporate elite, whatever you want to call them, they are getting a little bit, I think, fed up with the ability of people to stitch together pretty accurate, I would imagine, analyses of their plots and schemes almost as soon as that elite hatches them. And ultimately, my friends, I think this is what is really behind this move to control the internet. I really do. But now, the second thing I find very interesting about this is that you do have, as I've been arguing, and as some of you have followed, I've been arguing that there is a rapprochement between Germany and Russia. All right, Germany has been quietly pulling away, as it were, from its NATO commitments and is gradually realigning itself with Russia, and I should add with China. Germany has made a tremendous effort to penetrate those markets, to develop trade with those countries. And as this article points out, Germany and Russia have concluded a huge energy deal to get for Germany to get natural gas and hence a lot of its energy from Russia. So this is another signal that Germany and Russia are pulling together. But what I found really interesting is that in the context of that rapprochement of Germany moving to this pro-Asian, pro-Russian stance in its foreign trade and its foreign policy, what I find very interesting is, number one, they are opposing this move against internet freedom. And, you know, my hat's off to them and to Russia for doing that, because to a certain extent, and please mark my words, to a certain extent, I agree with them that the access to information is, in a certain sense, a human right. It has to be, simply because today's world is so complex. You need a lot of information to make informed decisions, and you need that information to be accurate. You need to be able to check what the corporate media elite is putting out in its media with other sources to make sure that the information you're being fed is accurate. That's the value of the internet. It is a check on the media. It's another kind of media. It's largely an alternative media, and it's a check on the established media. So I think to a certain extent this is a good thing. But what really intrigues me, I'm not going to comment about Germany and nuclear power. That's what I want to comment about in the members only video that I'm going to attempt to do. What I am really intrigued about is President Obama's going to Warsaw, going to Poland, because Poland is precisely that country that has been most staunchly pro-NATO. Why? Because look where it is. It's sandwiched between, guess who? Russia, and guess who? Germany. In other words, if you look at what's happening now, it's almost, in a certain sense, a replay of what was happening just before World War II. You had that last-minute deal between Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin to carve up Poland, and that's what they did. So the United States is, so to speak, planting the flag in Poland. So I think this is a response, quite literally, excuse me, a response, quite literally, to these moves between Berlin and Moscow. This is an attempt to keep NATO stitched together. Ultimately, I don't think it's going to work, because for one thing, you don't see Germany and Russia threatening Poland with invasion this time around. I think in the long run, Poland is going to figure out it's in their best interest to align with these two powers and make it a threesome, so to speak. But I found that comment very interesting. We're looking at, once again, in my opinion, we're looking at all the evidence that gradually that Anglo-American hegemony within this New World Order crowd, I think, is gradually unwinding. So anyway, that's it for my news and views. I will try, I don't know when it will be. It may be tomorrow, it may be Saturday, to get a members comment video up on Germany and nuclear power, because the more I think about this story, the more intriguing it is, and so I want to share my speculations and thoughts for the members. Anyway, that does it. Once again, Grid of the Gods is out. I'd give it 2 to 3 weeks to reach Amazon and some of the stores. You can order it off my website, but it is out. And again, that's it for news and views from the Nefarium. I'll see everybody on the flip side. God bless.